Welcome to the Third Gen Workshop, everyone. If you like our videos, please take a minute and hit that subscribe button. In today's video, as part of our trailer project series, we are installing an AGM battery, a deep cell cycle battery, a battery box, a grounding block, a grounding wire, a trickle charger, and shore power. Let's get to it.
Now I'm going to be powering auxiliary lights and a wench, and eventually a electronic or powered jack. So you need a good battery box. I wanted a larger box that I could put a 12-volt plug in, like a lot of boats have, so I can charge this battery when the trailer's parked from shore power. Now, as I've mentioned on several other videos, I pre-drilled all my holes when I was doing the prep before this thing went to paint. So in the box, you'll see that there's 4 holes already, and there's 4 holes on the deck. I've already installed my 12-volt or my shore power charging port on the side of the box. This charger will sit inside the box over here on the right, right next to the battery. You have to ground batteries to the trailer, so I'm going to use the grounding block that I put in my wiring video, trailer wiring video. That's the reason why I bought a two circuit or 2 wire block, so I can ground the battery in its own terminal block. I've already got all of my screws and hardware ready to go. The important thing to note on this battery box is it has a raised cross in the center, so the battery can sit on here, and it gives you plenty of space for these screws to sit down and not mess up with the height of your battery. All right, we have our 4 bolts are in place, as well as up underneath. Everything is tight. Now the next thing we're going to do is get our battery in place. Okay. To show you what we've got, I've got my battery in place. I've got some connectors on the studs so I can wire up accessories, whether it's my auxiliary lighting and the switch that goes with it, or whether it's the charger that's going to go in here. I may have to take these off to put the grounding cable in, but that's okay. And we'll go from there with that. This space here is big enough when I measured it for my trickle charger to slide in. So the next step is to unpack the trickle charger, get it in place. So this is, I'm ready to go. As you can see, this isn't going anywhere. It's secure to the bed. With any of these projects on your trailer, it's all about location, frame, the location of the cross members, as well as kind of your layout. From the prep video that I had shot earlier, I had everything on here: my winch, my box, my spare tire, my battery, and all the things kind of laid out and pre-drilled. So now it's just a matter of assembling it all piece by piece. But always, take measurements and do test fits and dry fits before you go forward with anything. Right, so here's my trickle charger. Has various modes you can use just like anything else. In general, you would screw this in with the screws that come with it to secure it. I'm not doing that because I have this block here, and my ship to shore power is up just enough. Again, pre-measured everything, so all this stuff will slide right down and this will sit on there and be secure. Just enough room to get my cables, my excess cables on the side. So we're going to go ahead and slide this thing in place. Slide the excess cables down here on the side. And the great thing is I can plug it in, and the plug will be right there at the top. And then over here, we'll slide down the excess battery cables. Just like that. This will fit on there really nice, and the nice thing is I can pull it up and change the modes if I need to once it's in. Now we'll run the charging cable. Because I have these, we'll be able to use these blocks to attach the cable. One thing to note on these terminal blocks that I have, these center screws, there's a plate. So if you put anything on either of these, you got to loosen both screws so this plate comes up. This plate's very handy for things like this where the connectors are too small to go actually on the stud, but they're great for something like this because you get full contact. Okay, grounding your battery. I have an AGM battery that I'm putting on this trailer, and in order for this to work properly, you need to ground it. Now I have these wonderful terminal blocks for your positive and your negative, and I'm an automotive guy. I started out building a very large 4 AWG grounding cable to go to my grounding block, which I installed as part of the wiring harness for the trailer. This is much bigger than I need. I'm used to building grounding cables for engine blocks and things like that to cars. Ended up just being way overkill for what we needed. I did a little bit of reading and research on various trailer how-to sites and things like that. And because I'm not running multiple batteries in series or in parallel, I don't need something quite so big. So honestly, you can get away with 10 AWG cable to ground this battery to your trailer. Now, the particular wiring that I'm using, I spend a little bit extra money because this cable, the block, may get exposed a little bit more to the elements from time to time than the other wiring. So this is what's called marine grade wiring or tinned wiring. And what that means is when I strip this, you don't see copper, you see silver tin. So all of this wiring has already been, there's a layer of solder on it to tin it to make it more marine grade ready. Now we'll do an initial cut of this wire based on this giant one that I'd already made because it's going to be similar in length. This one was just a tad long, so we'll trim it down once we get it run. Again, always to go a little bit bigger than not enough. So we're going to ground this battery, and I'm also going to run a piece of heat shrink on this end just to help make sure that this thing doesn't ever come loose for any reason. So now I'm using an M6. This is a M6 is the size of the head for a 1012 AWG wire. gives me a nice solid wire. Wire is heat shrinked to the terminal. Terminal's crimped and ready to go. Now I can take off my terminal lug. Now I have pre-drilled a hole to drop this wire through from my prep video. We'll drop this down and in. Before it's all said and done, we're also going to run some heat shrink down this all the way through this hole to protect it. I have some other wires that I'm going to run up that I'm going to heat shrink with that as part of that bundle, so we're not going to do it right this second. All right, the next thing we're going to do is install this grounding block. Now, for this to work right, I've got to peel away this metal, or the paint on this metal. This needs to be metal to metal contact. So, two things. You're going to need a Dremel so you can strip away this paint. And secondly, you're going to want to make sure you're wearing protective equipment, you know, a nice face shield to prevent debris from getting in your eyes and things like that. So. Now, this will be metal to metal contact. We have our ground block installed. Now I'm going to secure this wire just like I have all the other wiring coming in, mostly just to keep it from, you know, bouncing around. Prevent it from getting caught on something. Now this wire isn't 1/2 inch thick, so it's not going to you know, it's not going to be fully tight on this. As I said a minute ago, I do have some other cables that I'll be running with the grounding wire to heat shrink, and then at that point this will get a lot tighter. But for right now, this is just, you know, to keep it from coming loose, you know, or getting snagged on anything. So the grounding block is, you know, not terribly deep, but you know, you want to make sure that you have enough cable to get, you know, up and in there. And me, I'm going to run this underneath the other cables that I have. So there's the end, and I want to come a little bit beyond that. So let's cut this. Then we'll strip. Nice and secure. Now the battery is grounded to the trailer. I'm going to hook the shore power up to my charger. Now if I pull my charger out, you'll see I have AMG selected because that's the kind of battery I have, and it will tell me my charge. and when it's done, it'll be up here on the green. The other nice thing about my switch panel down here is it includes a battery gauge, so I can see what my volts are on the battery. Obviously higher volts when it's charging. Now that the battery is fully charged, you see the trickle charger has moved to green, and you can see my voltage on my switch panel is set at 12.8, which is about what you would expect, 12.6, 12.8, 12.9 after a battery is fully charged. So that's the beauty of this battery box, having the shore power installed and everything in place. We can maintain the battery properly and don't have to worry about it.
Thank you for watching. If you like these videos, please hit that subscribe button. The next video in this series, we will be installing a trailer tongue storage box and LED lights both inside the box and on the back side to illuminate the front trailer deck. Again, thanks for watching. See you next time.